The First Liberian War, also known as the First Liberian Civil War, was a conflict that took place in Liberia from 1989 to 1996. The war resulted in the overthrow of the government of President Samuel Doe and the establishment of a transitional government led by the National Patriotic Front of Liberia under the leadership of Charles Taylor. Background: Liberia, founded in 1847 by freed slaves from the United States, had been ruled by the Americo-Liberians, the descendants of the freed slaves, for over a century. The government was accused of corruption, and social and economic inequality was rampant, leading to widespread dissatisfaction among the population. Authoritarian policies and failure to address the country's social and economic problems. The conflict began in December 1989 when Charles Taylor, a former government official and warlord, led a rebellion against President Doe's government. Taylor had been accused of embezzlement and had fled the country in 1983 after being arrested. Taylor's NPFL quickly gained support from other rebel groups and began to capture territory in the northern part of Liberia. The war soon escalated into a brutal conflict that involved widespread violence, including the use of child soldiers, massacres of civilians, and rape. The conflict drew in other African countries, with the Economic Community of West African States sending a peacekeeping force to Liberia in 1990. However, the peacekeeping mission was ineffective in stopping the violence, and the conflict continued. Outcome: the conflict ended in 1996 with the signing of the Abuja Accords, which led to the formation of a transitional government, and the election of Charles Taylor as president in 1997. The war resulted in the deaths of an estimated 250,000 people and displacement of over 1 million people. The conflict also had significant economic consequences, with the destruction of infrastructure and a decline in foreign investment. Conclusion: the First Liberian War was a brutal conflict that exposed the deep-seated social and economic problems in Liberia. The conflict was characterized by widespread violence and human rights abuses, including the use of child soldiers and massacres of civilians. The war had a significant impact on Liberia's political and economic development, and the country continues to face challenges in achieving lasting peace and stability. The conflict also had regional implications, drawing in other African countries and highlighting the need for regional cooperation in resolving conflicts on the African continent.